Oh man, it is finally here, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. It is finally here. My name is Joe.
And I'm Carolyn.
You guys are listening to the podcast that's trying to save the world one episode at a time. The Carolyn and Joe Show, and we're here. We've made it. It's a Podcember episode number 31. It's the last one. Let's hear it for Carolyn. Let's hear it for Joe. 31 straight days of podcasting. We never knew we'd ever be able to do this, let alone actually do 31 days straight podcasting. I don't know. I sort of feel sad about it, or I'm sort of feel pretty exciting, or it's gonna feel pretty weird after this day to not have to not do a podcast every single day. I'm telling you the truth right now. It's.
You think it's gonna feel weird?
It might feel weird.
It has taught me that I do have an extra half an hour or even some change on top of that half an hour every day to do something productive.
Absolutely. And before I forget, hey, if this is the first time you're listening, my name is Joe Carabeo. I'm a filmmaker, a photographer, a writer, and a musician. But today, I am a podcaster. And across from me, one of the greatest minds, one of the greatest cartoonists, one of the greatest inkers, and best line art personality, one of the creative minds of this whole entire universe. And she goes by the name of Carolyn Belefski. How are you doing, Carolyn?
I'm doing good.
So we're here. This is the last one. 31 days. Amazing. Just to recap how all this pretty much started. So we were thinking about, getting... We haven't done a podcast, in several weeks. We're trying to find some meaning to it because, everyone has a podcast. Everyone has something out there. Everyone is, they always want to start stuff. Everyone's always starting stuff. And here we are feeling like, we need to find a purpose about it. And we're, it's time to do another podcast. And a whole bunch of life stuff happened. And here we are. It was the end of November. And I'm sitting here, Carolyn's like, let's do another podcast. And she would always say, hey, let's do another podcast. Let's do a podcast, And I was trying to find some purpose in doing that. It was getting a little challenging. But then, of course, December, it's the day before December. And I'm like, okay, let's do a podcast. And I was sitting there getting food, not sitting there, but standing there over at Chipotle because I wanted to have a burrito. I wanted to have several burritos. I love burritos. And I was like, how can you make this special? And I was like, well, we just did Inktober, Mm-hmm. And of course, I did one shots, which is I did a movie every month, a couple years ago. So I thought, why don't we? The crazy idea would be to have something called Podcember. Do 31 days, a Podcember for new episode every single day for the month of December. I didn't even know if that was even going to be possible. It'd be crazy enough to try it. I texted that over to Carolyn, and she was like, "Okay, let's try it." And I'm like, and we didn't even have a name yet. But it was like, okay, well, let's do a podcast and see how it goes. And we broke out some rules about how to do it, and we recorded a podcast and we set sail. Next day, Carolyn already designed a logo. And the Podcember logo is there. It's already there. We're just off and running, and here we are. And now it's also the end of 2017, Carolyn.
It is the end of the year and the end of Podcember. I mean, I did enjoy doing Podcember. I am, kind of happy that it's wrapping up because I do want my evenings to be able to work on the Legettes. I really want to work on our next comic book, the Legettes #2. And a lot of people have been asking for that because the Legettes came out a while ago, and we've had several books in between and several activities in between. And even I was editing the Magic Bullet comics newspaper in between all that too. And just a lot going on, a lot of job changes, a lot of things going on in life. And it's been a while since Legettes, and I want to be able to focus on that as well. So, while Podcember was fun and I do enjoy doing the podcast, it's time to get back to our weekly podcast.
But you were just also recounting, it does prove that you do have 30 minutes a day.
That's what I'm saying.
To get something done.
In my head, I'm like, yes, Podcember's ending, so now I can have that chunk of time to potentially work on the Legettes.
Because once we got once I figured out the workflow, because it's even crazier, I added the idea of hey, if we're gonna do this every day, let's at least throw like a live stream on here, like, and just go do it off my phone and have people comment, and which it worked out really great. It was really like, this is the first time we've always played
It was good
around.
getting the feedback.
Yeah, it was always fun to play around. Like, we always thought, like, hey, let's have callers one day on the podcast and stuff like that. But this was really fun to actually see people like react live to it, and I thought that was something that we never experienced before. And I think that's only something that can happen on a Podcember, really, because it's like, wow, every day people had. It was cool to see people tune in like every day, so to speak. We had, it was always fun to see that.
I did like the current state of things. Like, we're always talking about what's current, what's in the news and stuff, even though it's not a news podcast, but it did seem very relevant day to day on certain elements. So that was really interesting to partake in. I mean, in an ideal world, I would love to do a show every day, and have call-ins and all that, but it's just like, it's just not feasible at this time. Plus, I do feel like, how they have like jack of all trades, master of none. I do think
I don't believe in that phrase. Remember?
I'm not saying that we're not a master of anything, but we do have our hands in like so many other piles of things to do. Like, we just have a lot going on that sometimes I feel like podcasting isn't like our number one priority, but we try our best to still make the show happen.
But it's also something that we've been doing longer than like a lot of like legit, as a shoot, a lot longer than a lot of people. We've been doing this longer than I remember. We started podcasting right at the tail end of when I left Richmond to do to stop doing Project Resolution, was when we picked up doing podcasting.
That was forever ago.
Yeah, it was forever ago. So we have been doing this forever,
Yeah.
And what's interesting is always people would say, I would tell people, oh yeah, we're doing this Podcember thing. We're doing a podcast for 31 days every day in December. And they'd be like, oh, don't you going to run out of stuff to say? And like in my head, it's like, well, don't you see the news or anything on television? There's always
something to talk about. And we'll always make something to talk about as well. And yeah, it's just, I do like totally enjoy it, but I feel like in order to like, we can still keep the live stream if you want and just have a weekly time where we're doing the show. Like, if we set up a day of the week and a time so people knew that they're like, this is when we record the show.
Yeah.
And this is when the show's posted. We usually post on Tuesdays. I don't know if that still works for you or not or what, but as far as recording goes, it's kind of sporadic recently. But if we can pick a certain evening that we can do it, that, you know what I mean? Like, you're not busy that night. If we can do that, then that will work out.
And all those things we worked out in 2018.
Yeah.
The upcoming tomorrow 2018. So you wanted to do something for this episode too, without just gushing about how awesome that we were able to do the 31 days of podcasting. But you wanted to have predictions for 2018.
Yeah, like either predictions or New Year's resolutions show.
I don't really do New Year's. I don't really do resolutions. But do you have resolutions? Like, do you ever do resolutions?
I have done them before, and I have been successful. I mean, okay, so some years I don't do it. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm already perfect enough, I guess.
That is a problem.
It's such a problem to have. No, seriously. I don't know. I just move on with my life or whatever. I feel like I always have resolutions going on, though, because I'm always trying to be a better person. Sometimes you get busy and things slip by, and you try to pick it back up, and it's like juggling balls all day, so
it's like juggling balls.
Yeah, it's like you have all these things you're juggling, you're juggling this, you're juggling work, you're juggling doing the dishes, you're juggling, picking up the mail. It's like there's a lot of things to do every day.
Some people like the juggling, and some people like not juggling at all.
But there are things that you can let slip. Like, even if you are the most, cross your T's, dot your I's person, and get everything done, there might be a time where, like, you don't pick up your mail that night because you're too tired or something. There's always, like, little things. But some people have a total routine where they're like, oh, I mowed the lawn, and I raked the grass, and I, changed the water filter, and I, like, they get all their stuff done. They fold their clothes, and, like, everything, like, maybe that's, like, the house part of them is really tidy, but then, like, some other part of them is not, Like, I don't know. I want to try. Like, it's hard for me to master all of it. There's times where like the laundry like needs to be done. And
I mean, if you have a resolution, did you already make up in your mind your 2008 or 2018 resolution or revolution?
I have one, but it is kind of lame. But I feel like it's something that could be achievable. So maybe that's why I picked it, because it was something small that does supposedly a lot of good, but also it can be done. So my now I'm like revolution.
Your revolution.
My revolution.
Your women's revolution.
Hey guys, just be on the lookout for this total revolution. Is that I am going to floss my teeth more.
But that's awesome because it's something that starts at the beginning of the day. I think so, right?
You know what though? For me, the mornings are hard for me to get out the door and get everything I need in the morning, and like I'm usually not as relaxed as I should be, and I'm just like rushing off to work and like commuting and like that whole who knows what you're gonna see on the commute. Like there's almost an accident every morning in the DC area, so that's kind of crazy for me. And I know here's the other thing: flossing doesn't take long. Like out of your whole day.
I mean, it can. Depends how detailed you are.
I know, but like to do a basic floss, I'm not trying to get in there. Like,
do you floss right now?
I try to, but not
so
as often
so you
as
don't
I
floss. You only floss when like it feels like there's something stuck in there.
No, I try to. I don't know. I'm not that good with it.
So you don't floss.
It's kind of sad.
So you don't floss.
And here's the thing: I never.
So you don't floss, right? Right now, you do not floss.
For the most part, I'll just.
It's a yes or no question, man.
I don't really floss.
No, it's
that
a yes or no question. Do you not floss?
I
yes
mean,
or no? Do you floss?
On a daily basis.
Did you floss this week?
I did once.
When?
This week I did do it. I don't remember what day, but I did do it once.
The week before that, did you floss?
I might have.
So you do not floss.
So I probably floss like every other week.
So the year, so
like twice a month.
So to the beginning of making a Carolyn a better 2008 Carolyn, she's starting with flossing.
Yes.
All right, go for that.
Because here's the thing, I feel like I might do it during the night. I know that's not as ideal because, actually it might be ideal because you've eaten all your food, and then you floss like right before you go to bed, so it's not like on your teeth when you're sleeping.
Well, I technically don't know when the best time is to floss. I just know I do it. I just do it in the morning. I do majority of my heavy teeth stuff in the morning because at nighttime I don't really feel like doing anything. I barely want to brush my teeth before I go to bed. That barely gets done. So in the morning I get that done. I get that workout in, and then I just start the day because that actually helps me like get going too.
If that works for you, then that works for you. For me, here's another thing. I do know that you are a morning shower person, and for me,
I mean, to tell you the truth, if I could shower at nighttime and in the morning, I probably would. That's actually, to me, showering.
So you're like a 2 shower a day.
Well, to me, the shower is like the relaxation time too. So it's like that's where because it's like there's awesome hot water being poured over you, and so it's like the best. It's like that. Why wouldn't you want to just do that? But like, I don't feel like it's sanitary to like just. I mean, I guess it is, but I don't think it does well to do it at the end of the day, unless I need to. You know what I mean? Unless I'm sweaty and dirty and I need to take that shower at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, it's one thing if you've been through a lot and you're all dirty. But here's the thing too. I feel like a lot of men that I've come encounter with, they like to take their showers in the morning. And a lot of women like to take it in the evening.
I wonder why that is.
I don't know if that's an official study or not, but that's my study. But as far as...
And I'm like a 2 shower. If I can, I'll do both.
Well, that's excessive, sir.
Nothing beats like... I don't know. To me, I have like good memories for some reason of like when I was younger, coming in when it was raining, cold outside, and it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I think I just got back from school and it was cold, and just like getting into a shower and be like, this is freaking awesome. That's a legit good memory I have. I have legit bookmarked, earmarked memories of like oh yeah, this is a freaking awesome shower after like cold as hell outside. Just watched an episode of Batman the Animated Series, and it was raining on that. And I was like, I just gotta take a freaking more relaxing shower. That's like, nice. But see, that to me is equivalent to like girls who take baths, relaxing baths. I just don't take baths.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for me, like, I mean, maybe ideally I should. Do they say to floss daily, but you don't have to floss twice a day?
I don't know the rules, but
I know that brushing the teeth is twice a day.
I don't know if I can't see how it would hurt.
Yeah, and this is another thing, like, I do bleed a lot when I floss.
Well, that's because you do not floss.
No, it's actually part of my DNA.
No. It's because you do not. It's because you do not floss.
No, I have like trouble.
No,
I have like sensitive gums.
No, Carolyn, it's because you do not floss. The more you floss, that will go away because it will strengthen.
Okay, well, that's my goal.
Do that for 2 weeks.
See, I'm gonna do it only during the evening. I think it's excessive to do it in the morning and evening right now. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I'll try it, but for right now, my goal is to try to do it in the evening, even though there are those nights, though, that I am dead tired. Like how you were talking about how you just want to go to bed.
Yeah.
So that's why it is, I think,
sometimes I don't even make it to the second floor of the house. Just watching Raw, and then all of a sudden, like, life just disappears, and it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Not afternoon, but at 3 o'clock in the morning. Here's
the other thing, though, about, like, doing it in the morning. Like, your argument is that it's already done. So that's good, too.
That also wakes me up, too.
But I still think it's good to get all of the food out of your teeth at the end of the day so it's not in your teeth while you're sleeping, like marinating in there.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe that's a good argument for doing it at night, and I just have to remember to not be that sleepy and do it.
But then again, for me, I would already do it in the morning.
Or what if I do it, like, right when I finish dinner? Like, pretty soon after that. So then that way it's already done. And on top of it, it means I can't eat anything at night. And I can't have, like, dessert or something. So then you're, like, double healthy because you're not eating anything, like, after, super nighttime. I mean, you already brushed your teeth.
I guess. You can do that, too.
Like, you're not going to be, like, not like I sneak in for ice cream or something every day, but, you're not going to have, like, it's holiday time, so now I'm always like, oh, there's a cookie. Let's eat a cookie. But now I'm like, I already brushed my teeth, I already flossed, so you're not going to eat a cookie. Carol,
just floss once a day. That'll be the beginning of your turning point of your life.
See, and flossing. They do say...
Keep that discipline. Whatever keeps you into a discipline is always good.
Well, the other good thing they say is that, and I'm making these facts up off the top of my head, but doesn't it help with your arteries and stuff? Like when you floss? I should be looking this up. But doesn't it, like, help your overall body so, like, that gunk doesn't get built up in you?
I don't,
but then the crazy thing is, seriously, the crazy thing is, though, the American Dental Association, I believe the ADA, I think that they announced that flossing isn't, they said something like, you don't have to floss. And I brought that up to my dentist because I heard it on, like, the main radio station, I think WTOP. They were like, American Dental Association has said, like, flossing is unnecessary.
I mean, if they keep on changing the rules on us, I'm not going to listen to anybody.
But then my dentist was like, that's a bunch of hooey. I heard that, and that's absurd. And I'm like, they're like, you still have to floss.
That's all dentist politics. They're just trying. They're just on the outs with the floss making people, the oral bees.
Yeah, I'm just like, how does that happen though? How do they all of a sudden say like flossing is like not good? Or they didn't say it wasn't good, but they're just like, it doesn't do anything.
So that's the main thing that for 2018, that's your resolution. Well, at least that was an easier resolution than, I don't know what other people's resolutions are.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't really need to like necessarily lose weight. I probably should do more DDP yoga because the thing is I'm sitting all day and my spine, I can feel like, it's starting to like get compressed like a accordion all like folded together, you know? And so I do know that is an issue. I probably should be getting up and not looking at the screen all day. It's hard because like, that my job requires me to look at a screen essentially for like 9 hours a day and sit, and it's not really that healthy, and it's not like you have the opportunity to like go to a gym or something in the building and all that. So it's like that's hard too. So that's something that like maybe
that's a resolution. That's a resolution. More DDP yoga. So flossing and DDP yoga. That's your two resolutions.
Pretty much, and it's just like basic upkeep. And I feel like here's the other thing with the flossing. Like, at minimal, it would probably take 2 minutes of your day. So it's not like I have to do a workout every day or I have to do something big every day. So it's like, if you can just somehow find those 2 minutes, and figure it out.
Essentially, you do that when you brush. So it's like you just line it up to whenever you brush.
I know, but it's harder because like if you're, especially in the morning, it's like you want to get out the door. You know, it's just like, it's not like I have like a leisurely life where I'm like, time to floss and time to like peel my oranges and like, you know, I have time to like take my pomegranate seeds out. You know, it's
really, like really in a way you do. You just wake up earlier.
It's hard. I can't.
But that's not the lifestyle that we've lived since we like always still do keep working until the night. So working up earlier in the morning is a little tough because lack of sleep.
I don't really have that type of like leisurely lifestyle where I'm just like can take my time and like smell the roses.
But you probably can fit in that you know, those resolutions in there.
Or the other sneaky way that I've thought about doing it, I've already planned, is like, what if I take the floss thing to work, and then I come in and work and like check my email and stuff, and then like I'm like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom, and then I'll have my floss with me.
So you just floss during work?
Yeah, I'll just do it like at work because I'll find those 2 minutes there. Because it's actually more relaxing and easier probably to do it then. And the other thing is that my office...
To floss right in between, like after lunch before you get back to your desk.
Well, here's the other thing. My office is right near, like, people who, like, I guess they do dental work stuff, right? And the people who work in that building, they share a bathroom with us. And they are always in there brushing their teeth and flossing. So, like, if I start doing that too... Like, that's just a thing, you know? So what if after lunch even, maybe I don't necessarily brush because that might be too excessive, but what if I just floss then? Or what if I just do it then? What if I do in the morning, like the basic brush so that, like, your teeth smell fine? And then, like, when I get to work, I'll check my email and all that, and then I'll go floss and then do a little swoosh of the, what's that stuff? The
mouthwash? The
mouthwash. Like, I'll bring, like, a travel mouthwash with me. So, basically, I'll brush my teeth in the morning at home, and then I'll do the flossing and the travel mouthwash. What do you think of that?
I feel like the only solution for this is just to have floss wherever you go. So, just in case you can get your floss in, you're like, wait a minute, let me get my floss in before we do this.
Yeah. I do think it's good to like do it soon after you brush your teeth, though. Because then your teeth are fresh.
That's the sequence I do. I do brush, and then I floss, and then I mouthwash.
That's what I'm saying, though. I'll brush at
home. So I'll brush it, and loosen up the stuff. Then I pick out the stuff with the flossing, and then I'll do a deep cleanse with the mouthwash.
Have you heard of a water pick?
What's that?
It's like I've never used one, but I've heard of it. And also my dentist was talking about it. It's like I don't really know exactly what it is, but it's like this thing that tells time. No, it's like this kind of like I'm totally making up what I think it is because I've never actually seen it or used it, but it's like this, like, it's a pencil, but it's not like a pencil. It's like this tube of water, I guess, and it like shoots water into your teeth, kind of like how, you know, the dentist has like that water thing.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is, but it like you can shoot it like in between the crevices of your teeth, and like the water loosens it up. It's called a water pick.
I mean, that sounds pretty awesome to me.
And my dentist gave me a coupon for like $2 off a water pick or something.
So
I never looked into it.
So let's hope those are the resolutions. Any other resolutions you're going to add to that? So
there's always ways I can improve my perfect self, but mostly I feel like flossing can be an achievable thing. But then again, I'm like, part of me is like, oh, it's supposed to, like, you know, be good for your arteries or your heart too because you floss. But then, like, the ADA was like, flossing doesn't do anything. So then now I'm like, so which one is it? It's either like it saves your life or like it doesn't do anything. So there's that. But I guess it's, you know, two minutes that I can invest in myself. And then also, you know, maybe doing the yoga like at least twice a week would be nice.
Well, I've decided that I'm going to try again in this 2018 to do a film a month. And I feel like I can pull that off. However, it doesn't have to be a big film. It doesn't have to be a small film. It can be something. You know what I mean? And I want to make one a month and deliver it the next month and just have that go and just do 12 of those.
Now, would that be part of the one-shots or something totally different?
It should be part of the one-shots. Why not? I'll just resurrect that. So maybe that's what it will be. I'm going to resurrect the one-shots in 2018. I'll resurrect the one-shot. What? What's that?
I don't know. I just felt like saying it like that.
Back up in the ass with the resurrection.
It sounds like a WWE
resurrection
pay-per-view.
So that's probably
WWE presents Resolution.
So any of you guys who are listening to this podcast, I'm bringing back one-shots. I'm definitely there. I'm ready to do it. We're going to do a film a month. I don't know, shoot 1 or 2 days, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to do that, and we're going to just let it fly. We're going to let it fly. It's not going to be big. It's not going to be small. There's no real rules to it, but we're just going to be, the whole one-shots will be just to get it done. Mm-hmm. That'll be the main thing. It'll be an exercise on creativity and the minimalistic simplisticness. Whatever. It's going to be awesome. An exercise of just getting films done. That'll be my main resolution. And I have one ready to go, so I just got to get, it's just like anything else. I got to get that momentum going. You know what I mean? I got to get the momentum. It's always the beginning is the toughest part. Just like with the podcast, Podcember, the first ones are always a challenge, but once you're in it, then you can keep on going. I'm going to keep on going, Yeah. So you have predictions. You have predictions for the 2018?
Okay, well, my phone is doing some crazy things. I have an iPhone.
So your next prediction is you're going to get a new phone?
No, I have an iPhone S3.
I always recommend you should get a new phone.
Isn't it? Well, anyway, but...
You have the oldest one at this point.
I do?
Yeah.
No.
It's the 5.
Is it? I don't even know what the heck it is.
It's a 5.
I thought it was a 3.
I don't even know, but it's the old one.
Well, either way, I'm still holding on to it, but it's been doing some funky things.
I foresee that you're gonna get a Galaxy of some sort.
Or what about the Google Pixel? Is that good?
A better phone than what you have right now will be. I foresee that because I feel like sooner or later that's gonna get shut down.
Because it's like, it's basically like blacking out a lot.
Yeah, I feel like anytime where
it's freezing.
I feel like anytime where those, like, it freezes or blacks out, where, like, it doesn't guarantee its operation for your safety, I feel like it's time to get a new phone because if it's not trustworthy, if you can't trust it, that's something you should have that's trustworthy. You should be able to depend on it.
And even the camera always says, like, it can't access it. And then this is the hack that I've had to do to, like, take pictures. I literally go into Instagram and, like, get ready to take, like, the...
See, and why do you want to deal with that?
No, here's the thing. I have it down to a science, though, but think of how brilliant I was to figure this out. I didn't even Google it, and I worked it out on my own. I go into Instagram, and then I go into stories, and then I take a picture, and then I save it.
Like, I almost guarantee... See, why do you have to do that? I almost guarantee you can get, like, a used phone or older phone better than that and be set to go. Hell, maybe I'll get a new phone, you can use mine, or something like that. I don't know.
If you want to do that.
I feel like it's time.
Or maybe even my plan is covered that they just hook me up with a new phone since it's been a long time. I don't even know if they do that.
No, that's not part of our plan.
Maybe it's all part of the plan.
Or someone in your family is getting a new one because you can always take the SIM card and use that phone, like how mine is.
Well, either way,
I foresee that.
I feel like the phone's just going to die out sometime within January to December. I'm still going to hold out, but we'll see.
There's no need to hold out because it could compromise your workflow, and I don't think that's a good idea. Anything that compromises that and something you have to worry about, you should not have to worry about.
And one of the newer things that it does now is, like, even when I try to upload something on Instagram, it won't access my photos.
See, why do you want to deal with that?
And so I have to turn it on and off, like, several times so that it restarts Instagram.
Why do you want to deal with that? You don't need to deal with that.
And on Twitter,
it
erased all my Twitter at one point today. Like, it was like 0 followers, 0 nothing, 0 0 0. And then, like, I had to restart it, and then everything popped back up. And then it also freezed for, like, an hour on the screen.
See, I don't know what credibility you think you're holding on to by keeping that old phone. But credibility is not going to pay off.
Here's the thing. I just like to use...
There's no scoring points there.
It's not about street cred or whatever. I just like to use things to their fullest capability, whatever.
Yes, capability is how it is.
Yes.
That's how that phone is talking, is capability.
That's how I start to talk.
That's how it is.
I talk like that, and I feel like people still know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you should be able to say the word. It'd be nice, so you don't have to worry about looking like an idiot.
Well, that's just who I am.
Well, it doesn't. No, it's not. People know that you're better than that. So
okay, but I'm saying, like, I like to use things to their fullest capacity.
Well, it's not.
Okay.
It's done. There's no
It's still going.
It's compromising you. It's a compromise. You don't have to compromise that.
Well, I don't
foresee
really appreciate.
I foresee 2018. You know, that you're gonna tap out of that phone, and you're gonna at least find a better phone than that.
And then I also had to spend like $30 or $40 just for this case.
Yeah, but that was several years ago. I think you made that money back by this time. I think that's all right. I think that's okay. That
I don't know.
If you think about it, that case. It's made its money because it's protected that phone for that many years. It's fine.
But then the phone's worthless. But then it's like flawlessly protected.
Yeah.
Like a tank.
Yeah.
So then what's the point?
No, because you protected it all this time.
I see other people with like cracked iPhones every freaking day.
Yeah. And because they don't have a case.
That's stupid.
Exactly.
Why would you do that? Like, I don't understand that. They're like, oh, I like the sleek iPhone. And then, like, it drops from their pantalones. And then they're just like, oh, it broke. And then they're walking around with a broken iPhone. I'm like, that looks even stupider than having a case.
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand.
Well, people can protect those screens now. You can get a replaced screen, so.
I don't understand it. And also, I don't understand people putting their phone, like, in their pants. Like, a lot of women, like, put it in their yoga pants. And they're, like, walking around with it. Like, what's up with that?
That's just the style, man.
But it's
they want the phone in the coochie. That's what it is.
It's like right down there.
The coochie holder. That's
right
what it
by
is.
the vajay.
Yeah, it's the coochie holder.
But I'm like, yo, you don't have pockets? You don't have a purse?
No, they don't.
Like, can you put it somewhere else?
What are the predictions you have on 2018?
Oh, man. I think UFO disclosure.
We already did that. That's already 2017. That's done.
No, but I think more is coming out. I think there's more things that are going to come out.
We're going to be visited. It's going to be screen time. They're going to have some television time.
I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but there might be some incident where, like, imagine this. Like, some crazy incident happens where they have to just tell us what's going on.
That would be nice. I look forward to
that.
But
like something that will change history. Like crazy, like a cray thing will happen.
They will say like
that they have to address it. They can't even keep it hidden anymore.
They're like, we have been paying attention to your planet for many years, and you have 2 days to leave it. You must.
Then
leave.
Everyone
you
just
must
dies.
leave. You must leave. You must leave this planet. Oh, you did not figure out the technology yet? Well,
goodbye.
Nice knowing you. Signal out. Goodbye. And that was just in from the aliens.
Jesus.
The aliens have told us we have 2 days to live, and yet we did not listen to them. We screwed ourselves. It's over. Prediction 2018. It was right.
Would you be so scared though if some like alien started like intercepting the televisions? Like how, like kind of like
that blew my mind, man.
Like how what's his face did from what's his face that
yes.
that mask.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
That mask from Alan Moore.
Oh, like V for Vendetta?
Yeah,
like how V did?
Yeah, like they just intercept all the communication. They're like, this is alien dogging.
Yeah, that'd be horrifying.
You are dead. Good night.
That'd be hard. We have figured it out, the solution. We have figured out how to save your planet. Blam, blam, blam. And they just get killed. I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh. What if the government like captures the aliens and then they have them like Al-Qaeda style videotapes of them like, you know, imprisoned, like the aliens are imprisoned, and then like they like live stream like them getting shot in front of everyone,
and then thus starting like the alien war against Earth.
That's how the alien war starts. It's kind of like, you know how that picture of Obama and all of his top people, they were all watching how like Saddam Hussein went down.
Yeah,
but it would be like that, but they show it to everyone.
But
of
the aliens.
Yeah, they're like the government has caught the aliens, and then they show
the
hijacking.
They have been plotting against us all this time.
And then the aliens like see what they did to those aliens, and then we're like in a full war, like Star Wars with them.
And then the last thing the aliens say is like, "I am not the only one. There are more around here. There are more on your planet than you know." And then he gets killed. And then like all of a sudden, all these other aliens start showing up.
Oh my god. I don't know if I'd be freaked out or excited. But, like, I mean, when we talk about it in a fantasy aspect on our show, like, it's interesting. But then in real life, I would just be really freaked.
I mean, I would be pretty freaked out if an alien war starts in 2018.
What do you think's going to happen? You didn't make any predictions.
My predictions is that we're gonna go to war with the aliens. I don't know.
My god. In 2018... You think it's coming that soon?
I mean, you guys you always know my talk about, like, my hope is that, we have that everyone is better.
Better 205 Live?
Better 205, making a better 205
I
Live.
think 205 Live will be better in 2018. That's another prediction I have.
I don't even think 205 is going to last that long.
Really? You don't think it's going to last the whole year?
I don't know. Who knows?
I think it's going to be a better 205 Live because of Drew Gulak.
Yeah.
Is it Gulak? How do you pronounce?
Gulak.
I went on his Twitter and it says it's pronounced like attack. That was under his bio. His bio. That was all his bio.
Like the alien attack that's going to happen.
Yes.
The Earth is primed for an alien attack. Let's hope it doesn't happen. And
maybe the aliens have already attacked it and they're already infiltrated.
That's a good thing to realize too. That's a good thing to see.
They're already here,
I don't know. It's tough for me to make any predictions. I know I just want stuff to be better than always better. A lot of great things happened in 2017, and a lot of more great things can happen in 2018.
Yeah, 2017 was a landmark year for me, so I had a good year. I just want to continue the good.
And I just want no more Nazis. I predict that there should be no more Nazis. That they'll be wiped out.
All right.
Or that idea will be erased. How about that? That'd be
a
great.
Good idea.
How about that? That'd be
no,
great.
Not a good idea, but your idea is a good idea.
Yeah, or just like anything involving that should just not exist anymore. Any involving that level of hate towards anybody should just not exist anymore. And I predict that idea should be pushed forward.
Exactly.
In 2018.
That level of hate is like unnecessary.
Yeah, and that's my prediction.
But I don't know if that will happen though.
And hopefully, I'm hoping that it will happen.
I hope for it, but
I am hoping for it, and I will always work for that every single day. And every piece of work that I do will always push for that type of hate to be erased, and for it to not be, and for inspiration against that type of hate to be erased forever.
Yes.
And that's what I like to do.
Awesome, I like that.
There you go. My prediction for 2018.
Well, a prediction and a resolution.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the final episode of Podcember 2017.
So will they see us tomorrow because it's Tuesday?
They will not see us tomorrow. They will not see us tomorrow.
We're taking some time off then.
They will not see us tomorrow. I'm sorry. You might hear us tomorrow, but you will not see us tomorrow. And of course, thank you to Astray Productions. Astray Productions always putting on this show and giving us this opportunity and give us the format to put this show on. Check them out, astrayproductions.com. Check out my work, Joe Carabeo, joecarabeo.com. Also, go astray.tumblr.com. On me on the socials is AstrayJ. Also at Joe Carabeo Photography. Joe Carabeo _photography. What do you got, Carolyn?
Well, I have a website. It's www.carolynbelefski.com. You can see all my designs, illustrations, comics, lots of fun stuff. We also have a web store and ways you connect with me online. I have email, I have Twitter, I have Instagram. My handle is @Carolyn Belefski. Please take a look at all the stuff we have to offer online. Lots of fun stuff.
And of course, download us, CarolynandJoeShow.com, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, wherever you find podcasts, you'll find us. And of course, this song, Run by Monday Mistress, been the theme that we've been using for Podcember all 31 days. MondayMistress.com, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, wherever you find us. Download the whole album, Monday Mistress. And as usual, my name is Joe.
And I'm Carolyn.
Be excellent to each other.
You're bona fide.
We will see you later.
See you next year.